Hi, it's Beverly here over at Crafty Chaos, and I'm here with another quick how-to video. And this time I'm going to show you how to use a font, which is actually a dingbat font, and it's called KG Flavor and Frames. And I'm going to be showing you how to use that font to actually create some shaped cards of your own. Okay, so basically all you need to do, it's very similar steps to what we've met before. Go to the font and type in the KG Flavor. Just run you through it, and it's the American spelling of flavour. Search, and it will bring up that one for you, and if you click on it, it tells you that it's free for personal use. If you want to donate to the author, you can, and download. So I've downloaded that in the usual way, where it goes in my download folder, and then I've clicked on it to install the True Type font. Then once I've done that, I've gone to Brother Scan and Cut Type Converter, and I've just typed in the first parts of the alphabet, not all the letters certainly, because obviously you wouldn't have enough space to fit them all in on one file, but I've just typed the capitals from say A up to halfway through the alphabet roughly, and then I've saved it. And I've saved that, and that will save it as an FCM file that you can work with in Canvas Workspace. So then once you've got to Canvas Workspace, it brings them in, and I've had to save them quite small so that I could save that many. But once they're into Canvas Workspace, you can resize them to anything you want. So for example, that one was up here, and I've just dragged it down, stretched it out like so. I'm just going to move that one off to the side. I'm not even sure what that one is. We'll just draw. Oh, it's actually quite a nice pattern, but anyway, we won't be using that. So pick any of them, and I've just picked out one. You could have picked this one. If we make it bigger, you can see that's a nice shape. It's better if you've just got the one line that's got two, so that could complicate things. So let's have a look at this one. And again, that one be okay. That's kind of, if we, let's have a look what that looks like with some colour flooded in to see if it's a frame. It's actually not a frame, it is actually giving us that solid cut. And if we just view the cutting lines only, we can see what it's going to cut. And it is actually going to cut that, so if we wanted to do that, we need to edit, and we need to divide. Okay, and that should hopefully now give us the two shapes, like so. And we should be able to then subtract one from the other. Let's see what happens when we fill it now. Okay, so the alternative you've got to that is, if you're struggling with that one, we can always just create an offset, a smallest offset, outward, say OK. That will give us our new offset line. We can remove that one, and so on. So we could weld those together if we wanted to. But this is the shape that I've chosen. Again, like I say, you could just have a look at them. I've only brought in part of the letters, not all of them. And these are all shapes that you could use for cards. Some of them you've already got, some of them perhaps you haven't already got. But it's just another way of creating a card. Now, to make a standard sort of card, what I would do, I'm just going to delete the rest of those now for that. I'm just going to work with this one. So if we were going to make, say, roughly a 5 by 5 inch card, I would alter the size of that to 5 inches. And we want it to maintain the aspect ratio, so we're okay there. So there's our, we'll just fit to mat and then we can see it. So there's our 5 inch by 5.5 inch card. And I'm just going to view properties, and we'll rotate that by 90 degrees. And then we've got the longer end pointing that way. Okay, so then I would duplicate it, so hitting D on the, not there, click off, click on, and hit D on the keyboard, and then we should be able to move that one off to the side. Oops, struggling to just get the one. And there we have it. Oops, not wanting me to move it, is it? Little devil. Get it going with the keys and then I'll get it. Okay, so drag that off. We need to line them up by the top. So line it up by the top, then select one. We need another duplicate for our matting layer, and I'll explain that in a minute. If I can get this one off. I don't know why I'm having such a lot of trouble finding my double-headed arrow to move it. So let's drag this one out of the way for now. So let's drag it. Okay, so let's drag that one out of the way. Highlight that bottom one. Let's drag that one out of the way, or at least away from this shape, like so. And then we want the two of those, and we're going to align them at the top edge. And then I'm going to just select the first one and move it across so it's overlapping the second rectangle. And then I'm going to highlight both, edit and weld. Okay, so that's going to produce that base card for us, a shaped base card. Now obviously this could be any shape you wish. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here and have a look what's going on there. That's just where that overlap was. And you can choose to delete those nodes if you wish, but I'm not too worried about them. And I'm just going to add, using the selection tool, a fold line. So I'm going to drag her up and double click to anchor it, and then I'm going to make that a cutting line and a perforating line, that one. Okay, so that's got a fold now in the center. So I'm just going to make sure they are aligned centrally, just if it was slightly off, and then I'm going to group them. Now, you could cut that on your machine and it would cut you that fold line, but obviously where you've overlapped them slightly, it's going to cause you an issue in that one side is not going to have the shape. So what we've done to counteract that problem is created this additional matting layer here, which we could now, if we make that a different colour, then you can see it, fill with, okay, it's not wanting to fill either, it's playing up a little bit. Let's just save it and see if that helps. So save, okay, and then we'll refresh it and see if that helps matters any. Okay, oh, okay, so now it's filling. Sometimes I don't know quite why that happens, but it does sometimes glitch the software itself, and it's not anything that you're doing or I'm doing, it's just the software itself. So then we've got a perfect matting layer for that card, and what we could do is, if we wanted, create some matting layers by creating a duplicate, and we'll change the colour of that one to, not a duplicate, sorry, we could do it by doing a duplicate, but I want it to be proportionally correct. So we're going to click that, go to 0.04 inward, say OK, change the colour to a different colour, and now you can see we've got those two matting layers, and you could create as many of those as you wish. So that's the basics ideas of how to do it. What you could do if you wanted, if I want to bring that in and I'll rotate it by 90. So I've got it that orientation. If you wanted to make that into an easel card, all you would do is add another perforating line here, drag it straight across and double click to anchor, create it as a cutting line and a perforation line. Then that would create your centerfold, and you'd fold that down, put a stopper in down here, and we'll just need to then group them. Okay, so that's how you'd go about creating the shaped easel card, a simple easel. Okay, so you'd then scroll mountain to mountain, and then you'd have that bit stood up, and then that bit would mat on to the bit that stood up. Okay, so you could, there's lots of different options you could do, but that's just one of them. Right, so that's it for now. I hope this video has been helpful and it shows you how you can use shapes such as dingbats for other things. Alright, so thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, and P.S. don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you don't already do so, and give me the thumbs up. Thank you. Bye.